Welcome back to the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge. We're playing speed poker inside the dome. And at this point, our chip leader, 21-year-old Gary Ang. He is on top with 81,000. Approaching flatliner status on the other end of the extreme, Ron Ligero with only 7,000 left. And how is pre-flop chip aggression work here, Mike?
Well, for Gary Ang, like a charm. Look at this. Our most active member pre-flop by far. He is our chip leader. Yes, he has had the best cards, but he also recognizes with that chip lead, he can keep putting pressure on the guys who don't have as much as him. He's making life miserable for the rest of the table.
Youth is being served at 21 years old.
And John, you may have noticed on that aggressometer, Mark Deacon, not a single pre-flop raise.
He's just been hanging around, almost where he started, 55,000 in C2. It's on Deacon now. Checks. Four-way to the flop. Ace, King, 8.
Two pair for Davis.
Very strong for Davis. Hoping to get somebody to bet into him. Checks it. The jack on the turn.
Well, that's a straight flush draw for the Swede, Nilsson. Will he get to see the river card? I don't think Davis can afford to give another free card.
Not with two diamonds out there.
Total 6.
That's just under the pot. 6,000 in chips. Nilsson wondered if he should hang around and hope for a diamond or a 10 of diamonds for the straight flush. No, will not happen. Folds. Action to our chip leader, Gary Ang.
He can make that flush. Just one more hand, baby.
Go for it.
Ang releases. Over to Deacon.
Good bet.
Not a chance.
That's all it took.
So John Davis, the 51-year-old out of the UK, bags that pot. Calls his poker style tight, aggressive, dopey, and inspired. This British subject recently reconnected with a special place from his childhood.
When I was 8 years old, I moved to Singapore, so I haven't been back since 1967. On the first day, we walked down, and there was the house I used to live in when I was 11 years old. Well, when you're 11 years old, you can be anything. And when you're 50 years old, you haven't been those things. So it's just really poignant that you go back to being your 11-year-old self. It was an emotional meeting with my old house.
A special moment, and he's hoping that it'll be a special night tonight as he adds chips and watch them climb toward the leader, that being young Gary Ang.
5.
And Davis with the lucky pocket kings on this one.
And this could be trouble for Rod Steibing.
Come on, protect your blinds, baby.
He's got a pair of 9s here that looks awfully good, 6-handed.
Two players will see the flop. 9, 2, and king.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Both players flop a set.
Check.
That's going to be crazy action.
If Davis doesn't get all of Steibing's chips here, I'm going to be shocked.
4 on the turn. Both players flop the set.
10.
Steibing checked, hoping to induce action. He obviously thinks his hand is best. Didn't get the business. Bets, and Davis almost beats him in the pot.
Couldn't wait to get his chips in there. But both players relatively cool, thinking it's the best hand, and both now with full houses.
Now, Rod Steibing is going to lose this pot, and he's going to be able to tell everybody back in Louisiana,
With 10.
I had a full house and lost.
It got crushed. He'd begrudgingly betting it.
The kings.
Look at that, 65,000 in chips, and ouch.
Good hand.
And I hate to rain on John Davis's parade, but he really did not play the river very well there.
Higher set.
Wow. Trips against trips. That's trips against trips.
Yeah.
But I put you all in, would you call it? If I put you all in, would you call it?
Probably not.
Now Davis has moved into the chip lead, just under 100,000.
Rod Steibing has the best hand, but he might be a little shaken right now, John.
That was a painful pill to swallow, but he's planning on betting that ace-10.
5. 6 total.
Pass.
That's how Davis says fold from the UK. It's a pass. Action. To Squeaky Deacon. Clock winding down.
Great situation for Rod Steibing. Both players with an ace. Steibing's 10. Oh,
Deuce.
Oh, man.
Ace.
Oh,
10.
what is going on here?
Back-to-back hands. Both players getting major connections. And that means punishment for one.
This time, Steibing has the best of it. Last hand, it was brutality. This time, Ang is probably thinking, man, I hope that guy has an ace because I just hit my kicker.
Both players double their pleasure, but it will be excruciating pain for. And look at the other
Another
ace.
full house. 2 hands in a row. Both players have made a full house, and one of them is going to be bitterly disappointed.
Wow, and Ang, he sees his heart jumping into his throat.
Did he just bet 5? That's all?
Interesting. Trying to bait here.
Make it 10.
Having no idea that he's going to get clobbered. He has to wonder. He's thinking, I bet he imagines he has an ace, but he has no idea that Steibing's holding the 10. And Ang has him covered here if he goes all in. Nearly calls.
And Steibing needs to put the rest of his chips in right here. Just put
6,
them in.
irrelevant. And the heart still raised from Ang, and there's the all-in call. Instantly calls.
Ace 10.
Ang will not like what he sees. Ouch.
Brutal.
Back to backs.
Rod Steibing lost with a full house last hand. This time he wins with a full house. It is a roller coaster ride in the dome.
Poker, speed poker at its finest. We're at themansionpoker.com. Poker Dome Challenge. Grab onto your seat.